Scottish economist and philosopher of the modern age, Adam Smith said, "The furious behavior of an angry man is more likely to exasperate us against himself than against his enemies," meaning anger always infuriates us. Anger never makes anyone happy whatsoever, and we always hate the anger in the person and not necessarily the person, because the person chooses anger and decides to persist in it, and that is what makes us hate that person. But if the person decides to leave and reject his adamant and stubborn attitude of anger, then we may be able to bring ourselves to like that person who is angry at all times, because he has chosen to improve and reform himself as well as his character. But if the person persists and perseveres in his stubbornness, arrogance, pride, jealousy, so on and so forth, then we eventually may have no choice but to hate that person, because we are going to become so tired, weary, and exasperated by his arrogant and angry attitude towards everything and everyone. And that is going to drive us towards hatred for that person. And it is true, the person who is angry at all times with everyone eventually comes to be hated by the people in the society, because we're so frustrated with anger. We are always trying to keep ourselves away from anger and the arrogant people, and we are also always trying to maintain and control our character and composure at all times. But if our friends are not willing to change their dangerous attitude, then we are going to be tired with those people, and we may have to eventually leave them out of no option. And that's that. And the angry person may have his own enemies, but the anger of the person frustrates us more than his enemies themselves. So we are going to hate, and we are going to be tired and exasperated by the angry man rather than his enemies. So we are more likely to be frustrated with his behavior than by his enemies, because anger is unacceptable at all times.